The young man lay motionless in a pool of blood. His name was Yin Yu Tian, and he was only moments away from taking his final breath. Just as his consciousness began to fade, a strange translucent screen suddenly appeared before his eyes. He wondered if this was the mysterious vision people saw when death came knocking. The screen quickly analyzed his condition before a single question appeared before him. Would you like to restore your body? 1 hour earlier, Chuang University was a handsome young man stood confidently before a beautiful girl while his friends loudly cheered him on. Thousands of crimson roses covered the ground. The young man told the girl to look around and admire. The embarrassed girl quietly asked him to stop. But he wasn't finished yet. He slowly opened a small gift box and revealed a glowing crystal hidden inside. He proudly explained that he had risked his life to obtain it from a dungeon. If sold, the crystal would easily fetch more than 200,000. Just then, another student quietly appeared beside the girl. Without drawing attention to himself, he calmly whispered for her to leave. He immediately began fixing the pattern one rose at a time. Wu Fan's friends exchanged puzzled looks. None of them understood who this strange student was. Meanwhile, Wu Fan continued his confession with his eyes closed, completely unaware that the girl had already slipped away. Satisfied with the arrangement, the mysterious student stood up and quietly admired his work. Believing he was still facing the girl, Wu Fan stretched out the gift box. Please, accept my feelings. Silence answered him. Curious, he slowly opened his eyes. Standing in front of him wasn't the girl. It was an unfamiliar young man. Looking completely confused, the stranger pointed at himself. Were you talking to me? Quote. Wu Fan's expression instantly darkened. Furious, he slammed the gift box onto the ground. Who the hell are you? Quote. The young man tried introducing himself, but Wu Fan cut him off immediately. He didn't care about his name. Instead, he suddenly realized the girl had disappeared. He angrily demanded to know where she had gone. His friends explained that the stranger had distracted everyone just long enough for her to escape. Wu Fan finally lost all patience. Shut up. Quote. His fist slammed directly into Yin Yu Tian's jaw. The unexpected punch sent him crashing backward. His head struck the ground with tremendous force. Blood immediately flowed from his mouth. He kicked Yin Yu Tian squarely in the head. His friends joined in without hesitation. They surrounded the helpless student and beat him mercilessly. Punch after punch landed until Yin Yu Tian was left lying unconscious in a pool of blood. One of Wu Fan's companions nervously whispered that the boy wasn't moving anymore. He turned around and walked away as though nothing had happened. As his vision faded, Yin Yu Tian could no longer feel the rain or even move his fingers. His body had gone completely numb, and the cold slowly swallowed what little strength he had left. For a brief moment, he wondered if everything he was seeing was nothing more than a hallucination. Suddenly, the mysterious system activated once again. System initialization complete. A full biological scan began immediately. The results confirmed that his genetic structure remained stable, but every vital function was critically damaged. Emergency restoration in progress. Meanwhile, the girl who had escaped returned with several security guards. She urged them to hurry, explaining that someone had risked his life to help her escape before being brutally attacked. They rushed back to the confession site. The roses and candles were still exactly where they had been, but the people involved had completely disappeared. The guards searched the surrounding area but couldn't find anyone. The girl insisted she had witnessed the beating with her own eyes. One guard tried to reassure her, since there wasn't any blood left behind. He suggested returning for now. If something truly terrible had happened, everyone would probably hear about it in tomorrow's news. Sometime later, Yin Yu Tian quietly sat inside his room. Floating directly in front of him was the same mysterious screen. No matter where he looked, it stubbornly remained within his sight. A notification repeatedly demanded his attention. "You have a new message." Hoping it would disappear, he even hid underneath his bed. Frustration quickly took over. Why won't this thing disappear? Quote, every normal pop-up window could be closed. Yet this one refused to leave. Even after shutting his eyes tightly, the notification continued floating before him. Finally, completely fed up, Yin Yu Tian gave in. Fine, I'll read it. The message instantly opened. It informed him that his body had been fully restored and the system installation was now complete. Only after reading everything did the screen finally disappear. Yin Yu Tian let out a long sigh of relief. Thinking back, he realized the events before his death had been far too vivid to be a dream. Had that mysterious system really saved his life? Before he could think any further, another notification suddenly appeared. 3 new messages received. Annoyed once again, Yin Yu Tian reluctantly opened every message. Only after reading all 3 did the screen finally disappear again. His eyes were beginning to ache from staring at the floating interface. Deciding he'd had enough for one day, he took a shower and prepared to sleep. But just as he lay down, another strange image appeared before him. At first, he convinced himself it was only his imagination. Yin Yu Tian sat upright in bed. Let's see what you want from me. A new window immediately opened. Beginner quest activated. Curious. He opened his status screen. His level was 0. His chances of surviving dangerous situations were almost non-existent. If he wanted to stay alive, he needed to become stronger immediately. His first objective was simple: master the combat skill. The moment he stood up, an unfamiliar power surged through his body. His fists felt lighter. Every movement became instinctive. The perfect stance, the exact angle, and the ideal force behind every punch naturally appeared inside his mind. The following day, Yin Yu Tian returned to class as if nothing had happened. Wei Wei held up his English test paper and sighed. Once again, he had scored 0. She couldn't understand why he completely ignored English despite being such an outstanding student. Yin Yu Tian calmly replied that mathematics was his priority. As long as he hadn't achieved a perfect score in math, he had no interest in studying anything else. Wei Wei reminded him that his English teacher would eventually lose patience. She even offered to tutor him after school. After returning home, a delivery worker arrived with the punching bag Yin Yu Tian had ordered a few days earlier. He declined the installation service, insisting he could handle everything himself. More importantly, he hated strangers entering his apartment. After assembling the equipment alone, he immediately resumed his training. Punch after punch echoed throughout the room as he practiced every movement with absolute precision. It gradually turned into days. 3 days later, Yin Yu Tian collapsed onto the floor, completely exhausted. Several punching bags hung around the room in pieces, torn apart by his relentless training. His knuckles were covered in cuts and dried blood. Even so, he believed the quest had finally reached 100%. The system appeared immediately. Left uppercut mastery, 300%. The beginner objective had been completed long ago. A new mission instantly replaced it. To unlock the next stage, he now had to reach the 10th mastery level. Before he could react, Someone knocked on his apartment door. Opening it, he found Wei Wei standing outside. She looked worried after not seeing him at school for several days. The moment she saw his pale face, she became even more concerned. Before Yin Yu Tian could answer, his legs gave out beneath him. Wei Wei quickly caught him before he fell. Embarrassed, he admitted that he was simply starving. A little later, the two of them were sitting inside a fast food restaurant. Even while eating, Yin Yu Tian's obsessive habits never disappeared. He carefully arranged every burger and every French fry into perfectly straight lines. Then he calmly ate them one piece at a time in a fixed order. Watching him, Wei Wei couldn't help smiling. Despite everything that had happened, he was still exactly the same person she had always known. After finishing the meal, Yin Yu Tian sincerely thanked her. Since he hated owing anyone favors, he insisted on repaying her somehow. Wei Wei looked around before pointing toward a nearby claw machine. Win me a plush toy, and we'll call it even. Yin Yu Tian accepted without hesitation. A little girl nearby had already spent countless attempts without winning anything. Watching Yin Yu Tian approach the machine, she quietly wondered if he was some kind of expert. On his very first attempt, the claw successfully grabbed a toy. But instead of dropping it into the prize slot, he deliberately placed it on top of another toy. He repeated the process again and again. Soon, several plush toys had been perfectly lined up inside the machine. Both girls stared at him in complete confusion. What exactly was he trying to do? Yin Yu Tian simply asked Wei Wei which toy she liked most. She smiled and replied that she liked all of them. Hearing that answer, he made one final move. The carefully arranged toys triggered a chain reaction, causing every single prize to fall into the collection slot. The little girl gasped in disbelief. Wei Wei laughed happily. She only took one plush toy and kindly let the little girl keep the rest. As they walked home that evening, Wei Wei asked whether the rumors were true. Had he really fought Wu Fan? Yin Yu Tian brushed the question aside as if it wasn't worth mentioning. Once they reached her apartment building, he stopped. He told her to head upstairs safely while promising he would finally return to school the next day. Smiling gently, Wei Wei wished him good night before heading home. The next morning, Wu Fan and his friends gathered on campus, discussing the incident from a few days earlier. One of them informed Wu Fan that Yin Yu Tian had actually survived the beating, although he still hadn't returned to school. Just then, Wei Wei walked straight toward the group. She confronted Wu Fan without the slightest hesitation. Was it you who attacked Yin Yu Tian? Quote, don't you ever bother him again? Wu Fan and his friends burst into laughter. They found it amusing that an ordinary girl was threatening awakened fighters. Walking closer, Wu Fan smiled arrogantly. You're lucky you're cute. Otherwise, you'd regret speaking to me like that. He shamelessly suggested that she spend time with him instead. Wei Wei refused without backing down. Her fearless attitude only amused the group even more. Meanwhile, rumors spread throughout the campus. Students whispered as Yin Yu Tian finally returned to school. Everyone recognized him as the student who had survived Wu Fan's brutal beating. Most couldn't believe he had the courage to come back. Ignoring everyone's stares, Yin Yu Tian calmly walked into the men's restroom. As he washed his face, the familiar system notification appeared. Left uppercut has advanced to level 1. Rewards received. Increased perception. Increased physical fitness. Beginner equipment acquired. The restroom door swung open. Wu Fan and several of his followers entered together. The moment Wu Fan saw Yin Yu Tian, his smile widened. Looks like fate brought us together again. His men immediately blocked every exit. Yin Yu Tian remained surprisingly calm. His attention wasn't even on Wu Fan. Instead, he noticed the stuffed toy hanging from Wu Fan's bag. It looked strangely familiar. He quietly asked where Wu Fan had gotten it. Wu Fan laughed proudly. He admitted that a girl had helped him get it. Only then did Yin Yu Tian realize. It was the exact plush toy he had won for Wei Wei. Without warning, he threw the first punch. But this time, Yin Yu Tian effortlessly stepped aside, watching the attack miss completely. He calmly analyzed Wu Fan's movements. His punches were slow, predictable, and full of unnecessary openings. He quietly assumed a boxing stance. Wu Fan frowned. "You actually want to fight me?" Quote. Furious, he ordered everyone to attack together. Several students rushed forward at once. Yin Yu Tian didn't panic. The instant the first attacker entered range, he delivered a flawless left uppercut. The punch landed perfectly. The attacker flew backward and crashed into the wall. Everyone froze. They couldn't believe a single punch carried that much power. Within moments, Wu Fan's followers were scattered across the restroom floor. Looking at the defeated group, Yin Yu Tian spoke calmly. "If Wei Wei is unharmed, then I'll leave it at this." Wu Fan tried to explain that Wei Wei hadn't been hurt. Before he could finish speaking, his injuries finally caught up to him. He collapsed unconscious onto the floor. Elsewhere, Wei Wei had already handled the situation herself. When Wu Fan previously tried forcing her to stay with him, she answered with a powerful kick that knocked him flat on the ground. Later that day, she remained upset over losing the stuffed toy Yin Yu Tian had won for her. While wondering where it had gone, she suddenly heard someone calling her name. Turning around, she found Yin Yu Tian standing outside the classroom. Without saying much, he handed the missing plush toy back to her. Wei Wei's eyes lit up with happiness. She asked where he had found it. Yin Yu Tian simply replied, "Don't lose it again." Yin Yu Tian quietly turned around and walked away. Before he had taken more than a few steps, another system notification appeared. Intermediate combination training available. Seeing yet another notification floating before his eyes, Yin Yu Tian sighed helplessly. Will these things ever stop? Quote, Yin Yu Tian headed straight to a local boxing gym. The new objective was far more difficult than mastering a single uppercut. This time, he needed to learn proper combination attacks. Since his left uppercut had already surpassed 300% mastery, he decided to begin with the right uppercut before linking both techniques together. Thanks to the system's previous rewards, while he trained non-stop, several people inside the gym quietly watched him. The newcomer had been practicing for 3 straight days without taking a proper break. His determination impressed some people, but irritated others. A muscular boxer finally walked over. He introduced himself as the city's hard-style boxing champion. I couldn't help criticizing his technique. According to him, the young man was practicing everything incorrectly. Feeling somewhat responsible, he offered to teach him real boxing. Yin Yu Tian politely declined. "I'm busy training." The champion frowned. No one had ever rejected his guidance before. At that very moment, inside a luxurious mansion, a young woman finished playing a beautiful melody on the piano. An assistant entered the room carrying new information. He informed her that the person she had been searching for had finally been found. His name was Yin Yu Tian. The young woman smiled with obvious interest. She immediately asked where he was now. Back at the gym. The boxing champion misunderstood Yin Yu Tian's refusal. He believed the young man wanted to challenge him instead. Determined to teach him a lesson. The champion stepped into a fighting stance. Yin Yu Tian sighed. So, you're really going to fight? Quote, curious spectators slowly gathered around the ring. Many wondered who this fearless newcomer was. At the same time, the mysterious young woman also arrived at the gym. She immediately recognized Yin Yu Tian as the boy who had once helped her escape. Quietly watching from the crowd, she couldn't help worrying. His opponent was a professional boxer. The champion noticed the beautiful girl watching the match. Wanting to impress her, he attacked without hesitation. His punch landed directly against Yin Yu Tian's crossed arms. But something felt strange. Instead of solid resistance, it felt like punching a thick cushion. The system immediately displayed another message. Defense activated. Yin Yu Tian's eyes lit up. He finally understood something important. True improvement didn't happen during ordinary practice. Go ahead. Continue. The champion stared at him in confusion. The spectators couldn't believe what they had just heard. Instead of fearing the attack, this strange young man actually wanted more. Before the fight could continue, the gym doors suddenly burst open. A large group of men walked inside. Their leader was none other than Tiger Zhen Shan. The atmosphere inside the gym instantly became tense. Everyone recognized the infamous gangster the moment he appeared. Only a short while earlier, Wu Fan had secretly hired him. In exchange for 200,000 and a valuable dungeon crystal, Tiger Zhen Shan had accepted one simple job: kill Yin Yu Tian. Walking confidently through the crowd, Tiger Zhen Shan ignored everyone else. His eyes remained locked on a single target. So you're Yin Yu Tian? Yin Yu Tian looked back without showing any fear. What do you want? Quote. Tiger Zhen Shan smiled. Someone paid me well to get rid of you. At that moment, Yin Yu Tian noticed the crystal ring on the gangster's finger. He immediately recognized it. It was the same crystal Wu Fan had shown off during his confession. Realizing Wu Fan was behind everything, his expression grew colder. Tiger Zhen Shan casually ordered his men to surround him. No one would be allowed to escape. The boxing champion suddenly stepped forward. This is school property. If you want to fight, you'll have to go through me first. Tiger Zhen Shan didn't even bother replying. He simply threw one punch. The champion was blasted across the gym and slammed into the floor several meters away. Everyone watched in horror. The difference in strength was overwhelming. Tiger Zhen Shan slowly turned back toward Yin Yu Tian. Now, it's your turn. Yin Yu Tian sighed helplessly. Why does everyone keep dragging me into trouble? Quote. He even suggested solving the misunderstanding peacefully. Tiger Zhen Shan burst into laughter. Peace. Quote. You're still thinking about talking. Quote. Without another word, he swung his heavy club. Yin Yu Tian narrowly dodged the attack. The club smashed into the floor with tremendous force. Again and again, Tiger Zhen Shan attacked. Every strike was powerful enough to break bones instantly. Yet Yin Yu Tian calmly avoided every single blow. Becoming irritated, Tiger Zhen Shan finally drew out his true weapon, a long steel spear. The atmosphere immediately changed. Even the spectators sensed something unusual. Tiger Zhen Shan's body began radiating an unfamiliar energy. Nearby, Fan Sui's bodyguard quietly explained what everyone was witnessing. Years ago, Mysterious monsters had started appearing across the world. At the same time, certain humans awakened extraordinary abilities. These people became known as the gifted. Every awakened individual received a rank ranging from F all the way to S. Those who reached S rank possessed enough power to influence the entire world. Tiger Zen Shan hadn't fully awakened yet, but his unique ability allowed him to strengthen and manipulate weapons. Activating one of his strongest techniques, he launched his spear toward Yin Yu Tian with incredible speed. But at the very last moment, Yin Yu Tian disappeared from the spear's path. Before Tiger Zen Shan realized what had happened, Yin Yu Tian appeared directly beside him. His fists moved like flowing water. One punch, then another, followed by a perfectly connected combination. The system immediately displayed another notification. Intermediate combination training. The final punch sent Tiger Zen Shan flying across the gym. He crashed into the far wall before collapsing onto the floor. Looking at Yin Yu Tian with disbelief, he finally asked, "Who are you?" Yin Yu Tian calmly answered, "I'm just Yin Yu Tian." Accepting defeat, Tiger Zen Shan ordered his men to retreat. For the first time in years, the infamous gangster had been completely defeated by a university student. Hidden among the crowd, Fan Sui watched everything unfold. Her curiosity toward Yin Yu Tian only grew stronger. This mysterious young man clearly possessed far more secrets than anyone had imagined. Several well-dressed men entered. They immediately identified themselves as representatives of the Fang family. Their leader walked straight toward Tiger Zen Shan. Instead of praising him, he handed over an official warning. Tiger Zen Shan had abused his awakening ability against ordinary civilians before receiving full authorization. Such actions violated the rules established by the Awakening Association. Since this was his first major offense, he would only receive a warning. But if he repeated the same mistake again, his awakened powers would be permanently revoked. Fan Sui slowly approached Yin Yu Tian. She thanked him once again for helping her escape during Wu Fan's confession. However, Yin Yu Tian simply stared at her. "Who are you?" Fan Sui froze. She had expected him to remember her. Embarrassed, she introduced herself properly. "My name is Fan Sui. You helped me that day." As she spoke, Yin Yu Tian's eyes slowly drifted toward her clothes. His expression gradually changed. One side of her neckline wasn't perfect. He desperately grabbed his own wrist, trying to stop himself from reacting. But the uncomfortable feeling only grew stronger. Finally, he couldn't endure it anymore. He suddenly grabbed Fan Sui. She was completely surprised by what just happened. Before he could even explain himself, she reacted instantly. Her face turned red. But this time it wasn't because she was shy. The guards whispered from the bushes they were hid in and told her not to act without calling them. He tried to explain himself, but she was already furious and refused to listen. Then he panicked because she was not listening to him. Her anger exploded instantly. And now the situation became even more dangerous. She turned away, still embarrassed, trying to calm herself before things got worse. But when looked back, that boy was already gone. This made her even more angry. He is not even trying to say sorry, she thought to herself. She was burning with anger. No one had ever dared to embarrass her like this before. She called for Ben, her guard, and said ready to make Yin Yu Tian pay for what happened. Meanwhile, Yin Yu Tian calmly walked away, acting like nothing serious had happened. But suddenly, Yin Yu Tian felt his body changing as his powers began improving again. He stopped and wondered why it felt like someone was scolding him from far away. Yin Yo Tian realized the combat bonus was much bigger than he expected. Just one punch had increased his skill level instantly. But before he could relax, the system immediately gave him a new task. Complete side kick practice. Over the past few days, Yin Yo Tian had learned something important. His perception was far beyond normal people. He started to understand the truth. The stronger his obsessive-compulsive behavior became, the faster his perception improved. To test it, Yin Yo Tian focused on a tiny grasshopper standing near his foot. With one sharp kick, he launched the grasshopper high into the sky, showing how precise his control had become. Then he discovered something even better. In his perfect state, he could instantly master skills just by observing them. If he kept practicing like this, Yin Yo Tian believed his mastery could go far beyond 300%. He didn't fully understand what the system wanted, but he knew finishing its tasks would help him grow stronger. So Yin Yo Tian decided to follow every pop-up window and complete every mission as fast as possible. Yin Yo Tian finally understood what he had to do. To improve faster, he needed to sharpen his tools and complete every system task. That night, he returned home with one goal in mind: train his body and master the system's strange missions. He practiced his kicks again and again, trying to make every movement sharper, faster, and more accurate. At 8 in the morning, Yin Yo Tian had already finished training and started his daily routine. By 8:10, the floor was cleaned, the plugs were checked, and every small detail was under control. At 8:30, he carefully marked each task on his checklist, refusing to leave anything unfinished. Before leaving, he checked the windows, the kettle, the sockets, and every possible mistake one more time. By 8:40, Yin Yo Tian finally stepped outside, exhausted but relieved that everything was done. But as he walked toward the elevator, he realized his obsessive thoughts were starting to get worse again. Then an old woman casually asked if he had locked the door, and those words hit him like lightning. Suddenly, his mind collapsed into panic. The same question repeated again and again. Did I close it? After panicking about the door, Yin Yo Tian rushed back, checked it again, and finally ran toward the university. By the time he reached the university gate, he was already tired, stressed, and completely out of breath. He knew he had to go out now. But even simple things were becoming difficult because of his condition. Suddenly, a group of aggressive-looking men appeared in front of him, blocking his way completely. Yin Yo Tian stayed calm. He recognized the situation and wondered if they were still looking for trouble. But instead of attacking him, the entire group suddenly bowed and greeted him like their boss. The boxing champion from the gym stepped forward and said everyone had chosen Yin Yo Tian as their club boss. The boxing club accepted Yin Yo Tian as their boss, but he had no idea how to deal with this sudden attention. The boxing champion from the gym was excited, hoping Yin Yo Tian would lead them into a new chapter. But the club members became too intense, begging him to teach them boxing like desperate students. Yin Yo Tian panicked and ran away immediately, telling them not to follow him anymore. Just then, Wei Wei appeared with a bright smile and called out to him like they already knew each other. Before Wei Wei could understand what was happening, Yin Yo Tian had already sprinted past her at full speed. Students nearby started gossiping, wondering if Yin Yo Tian was secretly someone from an important family. Yin Yo Tian finally hid around a corner, exhausted, confused, and wondering if evil spirits were bothering him today. But before he could catch his breath, someone suddenly appeared and asked if he was Yin Yo Tian. 3 mysterious messengers from the Fang family suddenly appeared in front of Yin Yo Tian and introduced themselves calmly. They handed him an official invitation, saying he had been selected to join their organization of capable people. Yin Yo Tian learned that the Fang family practice group was responsible for managing special missions and hidden resources. The messenger explained that after the mutation, ordinary people and capable people started living in completely different worlds. Yin Yo Tian held the invitation quietly, listening to everything, but his expression barely changed at all. Instead of asking about danger or responsibility, Yin Yo Tian only cared about whether joining would benefit him. The messenger smiled confidently, as if he had already prepared the perfect answer for Yin Yo Tian's question. Then one of the messengers stepped forward and opened a special box prepared by the Fang family. The moment Yin Yo Tian saw the box, his eyes widened because something inside immediately caught his attention. Inside the box, every throwing knife was arranged perfectly by color, size, order, and position. Even though Yin Yo Tian had never used throwing knives before, the perfect arrangement made him refuse to return it. The messenger asked if this meant he agreed to join them, but Yin Yo Tian only said he would think about it. Even after refusing to give a clear answer, Yin Yo Tian still walked away while carrying the Fang family's gift. While Yin Yo Tian was still holding the Fang family's gift, the system suddenly warned him about dangerous energy fluctuations nearby. He froze for a second, confused by the message. Ready for battle meant there had to be an enemy close by. Then Yin Yo Tian noticed an old man standing calmly in the distance, watching him with a strange smile. The old man looked harmless at first, but Yin Yo Tian immediately wondered if he was the person the system warned him about. Before Yin Yo Tian could react, the old man suddenly moved with terrifying speed and attacked from a blind spot. Yin Yo Tian raised his arm and protected the box, realizing this was not an ordinary opponent at all. In the next moment, a massive snake-like monster appeared behind him, roaring with overwhelming pressure. Yin Yo Tian stared up in shock, finally understanding that this battle was far beyond anything he expected. The creature crashed into the ground with huge force, filling the area with dust and violent energy. Meanwhile, the old man smiled calmly, as if everything was under control and the real test had just begun. The monster's attack slammed into the ground with terrifying force, and Yin Yo Tian barely escaped the impact. The system identified the enemy as Python, AD-level monster with a highly corrosive venom attack. Yin Yo Tian immediately ran, knowing that one careless mistake could put him in serious danger. He tried to escape through a barrier, but the system warned him that his strength was still too low. Before he could think of another plan, the giant python charged straight toward him with its mouth wide open. The monster released a wave of green poisonous gas, and Yin Yo Tian instantly realized how dangerous it was. His beginner gloves activated protection, proving that the poison was real and powerful enough to kill him. Yin Yo Tian forced himself to stay calm, even as the monster surrounded him with deadly pressure. He used his speed to dodge the next strike, leaping away just before the python crushed the ground. After barely escaping again, Yin Yo Tian landed hard and realized this battle was only getting worse. The old man calmly explained that Yin Yo Tian was trapped inside a barrier made specifically for him. The giant python smashed into the ground with terrifying power, sending rocks, dust, and broken pieces flying everywhere. Yin Yo Tian barely managed to dodge, But the force alone showed him how dangerous this monster really was. As the dust cleared, Yin Yo Tian saw the python's massive body up close. Yin Yo Tian immediately started running, knowing that staying still would only get him killed. Against a monster this huge, he tried to escape through the barrier, but the system blocked him instantly. The python suddenly lunged forward with its mouth wide open, moving far faster than Yin Yo Tian expected. Yin Yo Tian landed hard near the edge of the rooftop. Breathing heavily, he knew he could not keep running forever. But fighting barehanded was useless. Then he remembered the Fang family's gift. As the monster attacked again, Yin Yo Tian grabbed a throwing knife and prepared to fight back for the first time. Yin Yo Tian knew he could not escape the barrier, so his only choice was to fight. Even with the monster chasing him, he forced himself to move forward and search for one possible opening. He jumped high into the air and aimed directly at the python's body, hoping the throwing knife would be strong enough to damage its defense and create a real chance. The blade struck the python's scales, but instead of cutting through cleanly, it only scraped against the surface and released a shower of sparks. The old man watched from outside the barrier and calmly judged Yin Yo Tian's strength. To him, Yin Yo Tian was still only a weak second-class fighter. The old man laughed to himself, thinking that ordinary people like Yin Yo Tian had no idea what they were doing in a real battle. Like this, Yin Yo Tian was knocked back hard and crashed across the ground. But even after the failed attack, he refused to give up. He quickly realized the python's skin was too thick. Even when he got close, his attacks still could not break through its defense. Instead of panicking, Yin Yo Tian focused his perception again. He believed that if he kept observing carefully, he could find the monster's weakness. Then he understood something important. His random attack had already cracked one part of the python's scales. Yin Yo Tian aimed for the same damaged spot and drove the knife down with all his strength, finally breaking deeper into the monster's defense. When the attack worked, Yin Yo Tian could not hide his excitement. For the first time, he saw a real chance to win this fight. The python roared in pain and lifted its massive body into the air. But Yin Yo Tian had already proved that the monster could be injured. The old man suddenly rushed forward and shouted for Yin Yo Tian to look up. He realized the python's next attack was already coming from above. Yin Yo Tian barely reacted in time as the python opened its mouth and blue energy lines crossed the battlefield like a deadly net. The old man moved through the attack calmly, showing Yin Yo Tian that he was far stronger than he looked. Then the python's huge body swept across the area. But the old man stood there with a smile, completely untouched by the danger. With one quiet motion, the old man raised his hand and formed a glowing blue symbol in the air. The next second, both of them appeared inside a cleared battlefield, surrounded by ruins and the remains of the python's attack. Yin Yo Tian watched carefully and realized the old man's strength was on a completely different level. After the danger passed, Yin Yo Tian noticed that his box had fallen open, and the throwing knives were scattered on the ground. He quickly stepped closer and checked the box, making sure every knife was still arranged properly. But before he could relax, the old man walked toward him again, clearly ready to continue the conversation. Yin Yo Tian stayed crouched beside the box, still focused on the knives, while the old man approached him from behind. Fang Dun finally introduced himself as the director of the personnel department for the Fang family practice group. He explained that their family was known as the birthplace of the strong, and that powerful people carried heavy responsibilities. Then Fang Dun asked Yin Yo Tian how he felt after facing a D-class monster. He clearly expected Yin Yo Tian to be terrified after seeing the danger of the capable world. But instead of fear, Yin Yo Tian only stood there holding the box, looking more confused than scared. Fang Dun thought the experience had shaken him completely. At that moment, Yin Yo Tian remembered the feeling of the old man's attack. The clean cut, the perfect timing, and the precise control stayed in his mind. To Yin Yo Tian, Fang Dun's movement looked like a perfect state. It was exactly the kind of skill and control he needed to study. So when Yin Yo Tian opened his mouth, he almost asked Fang Dun to become his coach. But he stopped himself just in time. Instead, he quickly changed his words and said that he wanted to enter the Fang family practice group. Yin Yo Tian believed that if the Fang family gathered many powerful people, then he could observe more perfect states and upgrade faster. Fang Dun was shocked by how quickly Yin Yo Tian agreed. He did not expect this boy to play by his own logic so suddenly. Meanwhile, Wei Wei was still searching for Yin Yo Tian. She wondered why he had run away without even greeting her properly. Soon, she spotted him from a distance and realized he was standing together with Fang Dun. When Wei Wei recognized Fang Dun, she became even more surprised. She could not understand why Yin Yo Tian was with someone from the Fang family. Before leaving, Fang Dun reminded Yin Yo Tian to remember tomorrow's arrangement. Yin Yo Tian calmly accepted while Wei Wei watched from behind. Xiaoshan suddenly heard Wei Wei calling his name from behind. When he turned around and saw her rushing toward him, he immediately became nervous. Wei Wei quickly asked why the Fang family had come looking for him. She was worried they had caused trouble for him. But Xiaoshan acted like everything was fine. Then Wei Wei noticed his dirty clothes. So Xiaoshan lied and said he had only fallen down, while an uncle happened to help him. Wei Wei believed he might be hurt. So she stepped closer without hesitation and tried to check his body for injuries. But the moment she got too close, Xiaoshan froze completely. His heart started beating faster, and he could barely stay calm. Wei Wei became even more worried and asked if he had suffered some internal injury from running too fast. Xiaoshan finally panicked and told her she was standing way too close. He could not handle that kind of distance. He backed away immediately and begged her to stay at least 1 meter away from him, because close contact made him extremely uncomfortable. Just thinking about other people's breath and closeness made his mind spiral out of control. Like a nightmare crowd was surrounding him. The pressure became so intense that Xiaoshan felt like he was suffocating, and he could not think clearly anymore. But when he looked at Wei Wei, he realized something different. Her presence did not feel filthy to him at all. To Xiaoshan, Wei Wei felt pure, almost like she was separate from the dirty world that usually overwhelmed him. Wei Wei misunderstood his reaction and proudly promised that she would protect him from danger. Xiaoshan quickly patted her head and told her not to make trouble, because he could handle himself without her help. Wei Wei smiled awkwardly, realizing Xiaoshan had switched back into his usual strange mode again. Wei Wei kept listening while Yin Yo Tian explained everything. But he quickly noticed that she knew more about the Fang family than she should. Yin Yo Tian asked Wei Wei directly why she was so worried about the Fang family, and how she knew them so well. But neither of them realized that someone was secretly watching their conversation from a hidden corner nearby. Yin Yo Tian became even more suspicious and asked Wei Wei how she knew about the Fang family in the first place. Wei Wei only laughed happily, acting innocent, as if the Fang family was not a serious topic at all. Yin Yo Tian was confused by her reaction. He could not tell if she was hiding something or just being careless. Then the story shifted to the Fang family, one of the top 4 clans, and a major force inside City C. The Fang family controlled a large amount of dungeon resources and had powerful influence inside the defense system of Country X. Meanwhile, an expensive car arrived, and the guards immediately stepped forward to welcome an important guest. A woman slowly stepped out of the car, and everyone around her treated her with extreme respect. This blonde-haired woman was the proposal girl, and her appearance instantly changed the atmosphere around the Fang family. Inside the building, the staff welcomed her formally, showing that she was someone with serious status and influence. Respect. He praised her beauty, calling her elegant like a goddess. When she saw Fang Dun, the proposal girl directly asked if he had already met Yin Yo Tian, and what kind of answer he gave. Fang Dun explained that Yin Yo Tian had agreed to join them, but he also admitted that the boy's power was not impressive yet. He said Yin Yo Tian's ability was still mediocre and not really worth her attention, unless she wanted him to introduce stronger newcomers instead. But the proposal girl rejected that idea. She trusted Fang Dun's judgment and told him not to worry about choosing Yin Yo Tian. Then she reminded Fang Dun that every newcomer must be trained carefully, and no one under the Fang family should be allowed to become lazy. The proposal girl smiled to herself, thinking that things would become more interesting once Yin Yo Tian finally arrived. At that exact moment, Yin Yo Tian suddenly felt a cold shiver run down his spine, as if someone dangerous had just thought about him. Meanwhile, Fang Dun gathered the practice group members and ordered them to work harder, because their mistress would treat everyone equally. As the proposal girl walked away, Fang Dun shouted at the members to watch their footsteps and train properly, as if none of them had eaten all day. The proposal girl walked away with confidence, and Fang Dun immediately compared her to the hunters around them. To him, she was far beyond ordinary capable people. The nearby members became speechless. They could not understand why Fang Dun kept flattering her so much, but no one dared to question him. Fang Dun continued praising her, calling their mistress the perfect embodiment of wisdom and beauty while acting like her most loyal supporter. But while walking, the proposal girl suddenly slipped. Her elegant image broke instantly as she lost her balance in front of everyone. Her bodyguard quickly grabbed her arm and stopped her from falling. But the proposal girl was clearly embarrassed by the mistake. She blushed in frustration, trying to keep her dignity, even though everyone had just seen her almost fall. Fang Dun immediately twisted the situation into praise, claiming she made the mistake on purpose because she was too close to perfection. Later, the scene shifted to a quiet office high above the city, where someone important was waiting inside the Fang family building. The man standing by the window was Fang Daqiang, the head of the Fang family and the proposal girl's father. When the proposal girl saw him, she happily called out to her father, surprised that he had returned from Gyeonggi. Fang Daqiang calmly explained that he still had to study and look after many things, or else he would never have a specialty. Her father asked why she still wanted to attend an ordinary school when the Fang family could arrange everything for her. But the proposal girl only smiled and said she just wanted to live like an ordinary girl. Then she softly admitted that she was not a hunter, even though she belonged to one of the most powerful families. Deep down, she wanted a normal life more than power or status. Her father comforted her and said that the family business would soon become her responsibility. He explained that managers do not only need strength, but also the ability to control people. He revealed that he had already prepared support candidates for her, 2 masters from the Fang family would help her. And Fang Chunyi also had abilities she could rely on. The proposal girl only smiled and said they would see what happened. She clearly had her own thoughts and did not fully accept her father's plan. Her father then asked about the person she had recently become interested in. He also mentioned that Fang Dun had been sent to find him. The proposal girl explained that Yin Yo Tian was the one who asked to join by himself. She also said he even managed to hold his own against a D-tier creature. From her office, she watched Yin Yo Tian talking with Fang Dun outside, as if she was still trying to understand what kind of person he really was. The proposal girl smiled and said she had a feeling there was more to Yin Yo Tian than anyone could see. She was interested in what surprises he might bring. That weekend, the Fang family training field was packed with people. Many capable fighters had gathered there for the upcoming training. Yin Yo Tian arrived at the training field with his bag on his shoulder, calmly looking around at the huge crowd. When he saw the strange outfits, armor, weapons, and powerful-looking participants, he realized this place was nothing like an ordinary school event.